How low can the condos go? Stay tuned. I think you're in for a surprise. Promise you, it'll be worth it. Good day, Toronto. Welcome to another episode of Prime Properties TV. So glad you could join me here today. Every week on the Prime Properties TV channel, we take a closer look at the Toronto real estate topics and the updates that matter the most to you, okay? The numbers are out, and while most of the headlines are talking about how hot the real estate market is right now and how we're at new record highs and craziness and whatever, I'm here to douse a little bit of water on that fire, okay? Like lots of it, but mainly on the condo market. So if you're a real estate bear or if you appreciate real estate talk when it comes to real estate, make sure you smash this like button on this episode and subscribe to the Prime Properties channel. The button to subscribe is somewhere here on the right hand side, okay? Because if you subscribe, I'll start making more and more awesome real estate content videos for you just like this, okay? So in my September market watch video from last week, I talked about how hot the freehold market is, and in this episode I'm going to talk about how cold the real estate market for the condo market is, okay? And if you didn't get a chance to catch the September market watch, click on the little I button up here on the top right corner and you can catch that, okay? Now, I'm gonna give you some numbers to kind of just marinate on as I explain the rationale for what's happening a little bit afterwards, okay? So the months of inventory in August, specifically for condos in Toronto, it was about 2.97. We'll just say 3, okay? This is very high for the condo market, but it's still technically a seller's market because it's under 4. Anything between 4 and 6 is technically a balanced market. Over 6 is a buyer's market, okay? Then in September, the months of inventory was 3.5. That's a pretty sharp increase, but like I was saying earlier, still under 4, still a seller's market. Technically, okay? This kind of inventory is pretty rare to see in Toronto, okay? We're usually like sub 2 months of inventory for condos specifically. And to give you reference as to how much inventory there was, back in February 2020, before COVID like kind of changed all of the world for a while, the condo market was on fire, like absolutely on fire, just like how freeholds are right now. Back in February, the month of inventory for Toronto condos was 0.8. which meant more sales than listings. Now, right now, we're 4 times that amount, 4 times that supply. Crazy, just crazy, okay? In my September podcast, okay, click on the little I button up here on the top right corner. I made some predictions on the downtown condo market and how the numbers that come out for early October would show a huge slowdown in the Toronto condo market and it majorly sucking, okay? Well, the numbers were officially released for September and the month of inventory in downtown Toronto condo right now is, drum roll, 4.86, okay? That's the downtown core. And the east downtown core is 5.19. Both locations are south of Bloor between Dufferin and Don Valley, okay? Boom, balanced market for the first time based on those numbers, okay? Now, technically, it's a balanced market, but I'm gonna say that we're far from it, okay? With the supply increasing so fast and no one wanting to buy the downtown core right now, it's essentially a buyer's market, okay? It's essentially one. This trend is going to continue for the foreseeable future until 3 things happen, which I'll get into a little bit later in this video, so make sure you stick around until the end. Now, although the inventory is increasing, surprisingly enough, prices have not dropped yet. If you're an investor client of mine looking to pick up property because there's a price drop, you know that I'm telling you, especially if you're a buyer, to just be patient, keep waiting, that price drop is gonna happen. Just know that the time is not right now, okay? Prices aren't dropping yet. The months of inventory number I keep looking at is a leading indicator of what's to come. When you see the average price, it's already happened. Like it's been set because those are the transactions that dictate that price. So although condo prices are up about 2% from last month, which is kind of crazy if you think about it, that's not where things will be in the near future, at least in my professional opinion. Condo prices have been fairly consistent since the rebound from COVID-19 in end of April, May or so. However, this is kind of like an analogy that I'm going to use right now to explain it, okay, and what's happening. If you were a kid at a candy store, it's a good reference, I know. Back in February, there was one weird candy to choose from. It was that weird, chewy, taffy, licorice, gummy candy that no one likes. I'm sorry if you like that candy. But if you wanted your sugar fix, you had no choice. That was your only option, okay? That was the condo market back in February of this year. Now it's like you're a kid in the candy store with every type of candy out there available to you to choose from. You no longer have that one weird licorice taffy candy selection, okay? You have many options. What's going to happen to the Toronto condo market next is that there's going to be so much candy and the store can't sell it fast enough. It's going to have to get rid of the inventory for other things. Then that's when there's going to be discounts. Sales like in a grocery store, right? This is where I believe the condo market is heading and where it's going to be. There will be sales. How much exactly, like what the percentage is, hard to say. I don't know, like 5 to 10%, which is a substantial amount depending on your purchase price, right? However, this is not necessarily always going to be reflected in the average price that quickly, as there are going to be some condos that sell for less because the sellers need to sell, and some people just hold out for even better prices, right? Like the sellers hold out for better prices for them. It won't be a pretty sight, but it's inevitably going to happen. You see, what's happening right now is the condo market is so investor driven, and the rental yields have dropped significantly that it becomes very hard to keep the property, to carry it, right? This is why I tell people to buy for cash flow and not purely for appreciation. This is when this concept becomes super important, especially during like a pandemic. When a property is hard to carry, potentially making you take money out of your pockets every month, you're going to have an urge to sell that valuable asset because it's costing you every month. What you pay to carry your condo depends on how much you bought it for, okay? So as an example, clients of mine who bought before 2015, even with the lower rental yields right now, they can carry the property no problem because they bought it for less. No issues, no need to sell, okay? Keep it for the long term because it's eventually going to rebound. Clients who bought around 2017 are about to break even right now with the lower rental yields, so no major issues, unless the rental rate drops some more, which there's probably a good chance. The rental market's also kind of crazy cold. Long story short, if this is you and you bought around 2017, just keep your property and carry it. It's no issue, okay? However, clients or anyone who's bought in late 2018 and 2019 will have a harder time carrying their property. So they're under more stress than the people bought earlier because of the price point, right? Especially with the vacancies. So depending on when you bought your condo, you're under different levels and different types of stress, okay? So everyone's situation is different, but I would recommend to all the investors out there, if you can hold on to your asset, your condo, hold on to it, okay? You'll probably have to ride it out for maybe like next 18 to 24 months. And if that's too difficult to you, then you may need to sell, okay? Let me know in the comment section below if you're a condo owner. How have you been taking this downturn in the condo market? Did you sell your condo unit already? Are you thinking about selling it? Are you hanging on to your asset? Okay, just let me know in the comment section below. Let's start a discussion. Now, the reason why I'm saying you need to hold on to it for 18 to 24 months is that I think that's kind of how long it's going to take for the condo market to recover, okay? The 3 reasons, like I was saying earlier in the video, is 1, immigration, 2, students, international and regular, and 3, the work from home needs to come to an end. In that particular order, for the reasons that I think is how it's going to unfold, okay? Although we're going through like a second wave, it's here, whatever you want to call it, of COVID-19 right now, I think we're more prepared than the first wave. And currently, Canada is letting more people through its doors, like from an immigration perspective. And immigration will fill some of the rental supply that's out there in the barren wasteland of the condo rental market, for sure, okay? Then we have the international students and regular students who eventually go back to classes, okay? You have to remember, universities and colleges are a for-profit business. Even though some people always forget, but they are for-profit, okay? So virtual classes have become a thing, but you're going to lose that campus community experience. Then you have to ask yourself, why am I paying $40,000 for a piece of paper when you can have online courses like Udemy or Masterclass? So I'm pretty sure universities are going to try to push back for the on-campus experience for sure, because it's the bottom line. It's just a matter of when. They don't want to be the ones causing the next outbreak, right? Lastly, the work from home arrangement will eventually come to an end with a large majority of people going back to office spaces. Now, I do think many companies can continue the trend of working from home and allowing other people to work from remote because they can be more efficient that way. It just depends on the field they're in, right? You know, especially IT, you can work from afar. However, some fields won't be able to go back to work from home for a long time because it's like collaborative kind of work or, you know, more in-person, face-to-face. Now, they will need to go back to the office at some point. As an example, employees that work for Brookfield Properties, like a massive company, they've been working in the office ever since emergency restrictions were lifted in order to set an example because Brookfield is one of the largest commercial real estate companies in Canada, okay, in terms of ownership. Their portfolio has so many offices that they can't set an example for emptying them out. So the company will have to work from the offices, but, you know, with COVID-19 precautions. So as things slowly start to go back to normal, eventually the condo market will too, okay? So this is why I'm telling investors to hold on for a period of time, that will allow the condo market to go back to more normal, which is about 18 to 24 months, my guess, okay? So make the plans, do your best, and try to make it work. Remember, real estate's a long-term game. And if you need some help, I'll put my contacts here directly on the screen so you can reach out to me or in the description below, and we'll try to figure out a way to hold on to your assets. My contacts will be here. Now, if you're a condo investor and you want to pick up a condo within this period when they're expected to price drop, not yet, but you can also reach out to me so that you know when my thoughts or when that imminent price drop is coming, okay? Again, contacts on the screen. I do believe there's going to be a window of opportunity when prices are going to hit their lowest for a little bit. And certain condos, I do recommend buying over others for many upside strategy reasons, and also like no rent control buildings so that we can juice it up when the market comes back without any limitations, okay? So if that's you, my contacts on the screen, and just reach out. I hope this was helpful to you and it wasn't too much bad news in terms of kind of what I'm telling you. Just keep strong, stay calm. We will get over it. This too shall pass, okay? Until next time, your move, your future. Now that you're done watching this one, how about this one? Oh, you know what? This one's good too. Ooh, this one's really good. You know what? Just watch them both.